I've got the Tarte Home for the Holidays set to share with you guys today, and I purchased this one at the Macy's store. It is also on Macy's online and the Tarte website. Those are the only two places that I've seen it so far. And it retails for $49. And inside of here you get 16 Amazonian clay eyeshadows, which are the larger size at 0.07 ounces a piece. You get 4 Amazonian clay blushes, which are 0.15 ounces a piece. And then you get a full-size Surgence Lip Cream, a deluxe lights, camera lashes, 4-in-1 mascara, and then the portable little compact, which is cardboard. So here's the packaging to the set. It's just like the similar set that came out last year. It's that same type of packaging, which I'll compare the two for you guys. It opens up like so. There is a little divider thing that comes over the top of the shadows there, and then inside you have got 4 little palettes with 4 large Tarte eyeshadows, and then the Amazonian clay blushes with the the looks that you can do. And then here is the little palette that removes. One thing that I do wish that Tarte would do with these palettes when they're including in this set to switch out and stuff is I wish they would make these a little bit more durable, like a harder plastic or something, because these are cardboard, and if you're doing a lot of travel, which is kind of how the set is set up, it's gonna wear a little bit more because you're gonna be switching stuff in and out, and type of thing to throw in your bag and stuff like that. Across the shadows it does come with a sheet with the names on it, which I usually toss these. In this case I probably will, because the names are actually also on a sheet on the very back of the palette, which I do appreciate that they did that. So here's the Deluxe Lights Camera Lashes Mascara, and then here is the Surgence Lip Cream. I didn't put this one on today because I didn't feel like it was going with the plummy eyes. So this is what this looks like, and the shade that it is called Ravishing. In the look that's on my face today, I did use this little palette. I used all 4 of the eyeshadows and also the blush, which there will be a demo for that towards the end of the video if you're interested. As far as the performance of the actual shadows and the blush are concerned, I do feel like they're quite pigmented. I usually have good luck with all of Tarte's blushes as far as the blush goes, but the eyeshadows, I did have to blend a little bit with the mattes in here. These ones are a little bit, they kick up quite a bit of product when you put your brush in them, and they're a little bit drier feeling, but they are nicely pigmented. I just had to work a little bit with the blending on them through this portion right here. And I'm not fully happy with the blending on those matte parts. There's a little bit of patchiness in there, but I'm a hit or miss on Tarte's mattes. So I pulled these out individually. This is the first palette on the top left-hand corner. These are what the shade names are, and this is the only palette in the bunch that's got the blush with a little bit of gold sparkle in it, which is called Inviting. And then for matte shadows in here, you've got these bottom 2, and then the top 2 are got some shimmer in them. So let's give you some swatches. Oh. And these bottom 2, which are the mattes. And then the blush. And then here is the palette that I used on my eyes today. These are the shade names. And for matte eyeshadows, you've got these 2 and this guy. This one's got some shimmer in it. It almost kind of reminds me of Satin Taupe from MAC. And the blush was kind of a matte as well. And then the blush. Kind of a light mauve color. Here is the palette from the bottom left-hand corner. For matte eyeshadows, you've got this one and this one. And these are the names of them. And the blush in here also appears to be a matte color. And then this blush right there. And then here's the last one, and I just dropped one of these other ones on top of it, so I gouged it. But the matte shadows in here are this black right there, and then the blush is also a matte color. So here are the shades. There. Bottom ones. And then the blush. Hopefully you can see these okay. The palette with the turquoise, this one right here is last year's holiday palette, and then this one is this year's with the exact same style box packaging and then the little palettes that you put in there. So if you have last year's, you guys can compare those right there. Now, if you wanted to ditch like the entire box packaging of this altogether, these palettes, since they're already magnetized to go in that little portable one, all 4 of these that come in the set fit in an extra large Z palette, and they're already magnetized right there. So they fit almost like perfectly inside of here. So if you want to get rid of all of the packaging and just put them in a Z palette, they fit. I did have to do some blending with those mattes up through the crease, and there is a tiny bit of patchiness in there, which I'm hit or miss with the Tarte matte eyeshadows. Some of them work really nice for me, some of them don't work really nice for me. So, but there is a nice range of mattes in this set if you do like Tarte matte eyeshadows. Everything in here is pretty neutral and pretty wearable in my opinion, which I kind of think that all of the Tarte sets this year are very wearable. Tarte doesn't veer too much from the neutral range. I kind of think when choosing between, because I've gotten a lot of questions which Tarte set to choose, I think it really barrels down to the packaging, whether or not you like the bulkier packaging, the more travel style packaging, or the versatility of others, whether or not which one you're going to like, because there are similar tones and similar colors and finishes across all of them that I've purchased this year. So I think that's kind of what it barrels down to. It is nice that these shadows, however, are the full-size eyeshadows from Tarte and not the little tiny ones, and there's a nice size blush. I like how this is easily just depottable into a Z palette. There's no fuss or mess, and you can kind of, you know, take them out and still use that little palette. Now, if you want to see those products perform and the look that's on my eyes right now, you can hang tight and we will get into it right now. I'm going to go into the blush shade, which is called Jolly, on a Hakuhodo B505 brush. Just dip into that and put some on my cheeks. Then on a Goss number 17 brush, I'm going to dip into this color right here, which is called Vintage Cuff. I'm going to put that on the lid. Using the side of that same brush, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Tinsel and Toulet, and it's like a matte vanilla color. I'm just going to put this right here. Then on this Chikuhodo brush, this is from last year's collection, all my GSN 9s are dirty. I'm going to go into this color right here, which is a matte, and it's called Plum Pudding. And I'm going to put that out here and up through the crease. I've got just a little bit of fallout here. Using a Goss number 6 brush, I'm going to go into this color, which is called Merry Mocktail. It's like a burgundy purple, and it's also a matte color. I'm going to put this through here. Then using the Goss number 3, I'm going to go back into the Tinsel and Toulet shade. put this underneath the brow, and then I'm going to fade up that burgundy color a little more. On August 19, I'm going to go back into Merry Mocktail, and I'm going to blend this a little bit more. I have to do a little bit of blending here. So there's the eyeshadow done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. I wasn't really feeling the lip color in the set, so I'm just going to do a different color. I've got the NARS Velvet Lip Liner in the shade El Agua. I'm going to lightly line my lips with this. And I'm going to fill them in with the Marvelous Moxie lipstick from Bare Minerals in the shade Fly High. And then top that off with the Bite Beauty cream lipstick in the shade Opal, which is this guy. So there is the overall finished look using the Tarte Home for the Holidays set from Macy's or either the Tarte website. Those are the only two places I've seen it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.